Nassau County Legislator Mulay, and I represent this area with the high school. I also represent where Mr. Kight lived, so it is a great honor to be here doing this today. I'd like to thank everyone for being here as we celebrate the life of Ernest J. Kight by renaming Brookside Avenue in front of his beloved school, Ernest J. Kight Way. I'd like to begin by introducing some people who have joined us. Our County Executive, Laura Curran. The Minority Leader of Nassau County Legislature, Diane Abrahams. County Legislator Steve Rhodes. Where'd you go, Steve? Okay, Steve, right behind me. Okay. Our wonderful Mayor, Mayor Robert Kennedy. Our Superintendent of Schools, Kishore Kunsham. And we also have our Freeport School Board President, Maria Jordan Awalan, here right there. Vice President, Gabby Castillo. Trustees, Thelma Lancaster, Ron Ellerby, Sunday Callard, and serving as a dual role, Deputy Mayor Ron Ellerby. So, is there anyone else from the village board here? No? Okay. With that, let's get going. This morning I was deciding what to wear, and it took about 5 seconds to realize that I needed to wear something red. Red because that's Freeport's color, and red because Mr. Kight was the embodiment of Freeport. We have a saying here at Freeport, we bleed red. Of course everyone does, but it has additional meaning for us in that it signifies our community pride. As we all know, Mr. Kight graduated from Freeport High School, and then after graduating from college, his first job was here as a teacher at Freeport High School. He also was an assistant principal, and the coach. After retiring, he chose to continue his dedication to the district by running for the school board, where he ultimately became the president. He spent his life in service of his community, a life well lived and much appreciated by all who knew him. We all have our memories and stories of Mr. Kight. I heard many at the tribute to him at the high school soon after he passed. I'd like to share just a few of my own. I came to know him as a parent. He was the principal of the high school when my daughters attended. My oldest was going on a school trip to Europe. As soon as I heard he was a chaperone, I knew that no matter what happened, all would be well. He was a take-charge person who at the same time was a calming presence. That's a rare gift. I also remember him as the voice of Freeport football games. And I remember him driving around in his red sports car. I have to believe that the red color was a conscious choice. Within a few days of his untimely passing, I began receiving calls asking for this street to be renamed in his honor. I spoke with Minority Leader Abrahams and fellow Freeport resident about doing this. He immediately agreed, and we filed the resolution after waiting an appropriate time and contacting the family to ask if it was okay to do this. After all was approved, DPW asked what color the sign should be. Spoiler alert, it's red. There was no other choice. This street renaming is a way to honor Mr. Kight's life of service and to remind us that we can all make an impact on our community by following his example. And now I'd like to introduce our fantastic Nassau County Executive, Laura Curran.
Thank you very much, Legislator Mulay. I like to boast. I just live over the border in Baldwin, and she happens to be my legislator as well. So, yay. You know, it's so wonderful to see everyone here. We have the mayor, we have our 3 legislators who represent Freeport, we have our school community, and we have residents. We have Mr. Kight's family. I just met Christopher and other members of the family. And the fact that so many of you are here really speaks to how important Ernie Kight was to Freeport. And I'll say not just to Freeport, but to Nassau County. On a personal level, anytime I ran into him, he was kind, he was calm, he was warm, he was welcoming, very patient. I see that we have a Lady Devil for life here. I imagine that as a coach, maybe he wasn't so calm, maybe he pushed you a little more, but he touched so many lives, generations of lives. And the fact that, you know, at the end of his life, he decided to step up, run for school board, and serve his community in another way, I think is just really beautiful. And I want to thank Deborah Mulay and Minority Leader Abrahams and Legislator Rhodes for pushing this through. I want to thank the village for supporting it, and I want to thank the school community as well. It really is a team effort, and when kids go to school, they look up, they'll always remember Ernie Kight, and so will the rest of the community. So thank you very much for inviting me to be part of the ceremony.
And now I'd like to introduce the Minority Leader for the Nassau County Legislature, Diane Abrahams.
Good morning. It is still morning. I too am wearing a red shirt today, but for different reasons than just what the Debbie has specified. I just look in my closet to find out what's clean. And once I'm able to determine that, but no, in all seriousness, I plan to wear something red to represent the Red Devils today, and more importantly, to honor the memory of Ernie Kight. And we all have great stories and tremendous things that he has accomplished. But one of the things I saw and was inspired by, and we all have very busy calendars, but I saw his devotion towards his community and his commitment to his community. And there was a time when I was trying to figure out, how do I get involved, not just from a legislative standpoint, but from a community standpoint. And one of the things him and I talked about was getting involved in our youth and making sure that our youth were properly represented. So a little time ago, I used to coach in Little League. And I used to coach my son, which is probably why I'm not coaching Little League anymore. But that being said, that brief interaction inspired me to try to get more involved, not just from a legislative standpoint where we're appropriating money to youth board programs, but to really get involved. And that's what Ernie Kight did. You could hear about the stories in terms of the young ladies and the young men that he basically had under his tutelage. Some of them going off to some of the best universities, some of them have working in the best work environments. That is a testament of who he was, inspiring and getting others ahead of the game as well. Because that's the hard part, is making sure that we got all folks here today. We got some odd 50, 100 some odd people here today, which is awesome. But think about the thousands that he impacted that are not here today, that are going about their lives, whether they live in Freeport or abroad, but they're going about their lives and they have nothing but appreciation and admiration for Ernie Kight. So I am honored today to do the unveiling. I'm glad to share this honor with Legislator Mulay and County Executive Curran, as well as Legislator Rhodes and all our village mayor and our trustees in this very, very glorious occasion. Thank you for all of you for being here today, and God bless each and every one of you, and obviously God bless the Kight family and Ernie Kight as well. We love you, brother. Thank you again.
And now our colleague, Nassau County Legislator Steve Rhodes.
Thank you so much, and I'm so excited to be here today. I mean, it's a great opportunity for us all to be together to celebrate the amazing legacy of a truly amazing man in Ernie Kight. And somebody far smarter than me at some point in time, and I wish I could remember the name of this individual, said that you may be remembered for power or for wealth, but you will be loved and admired for the way you made people feel, for the way you touched their lives. And that is the very definition of Ernie Kight. Now, I didn't have an opportunity, having grown up in Wantagh, to be as intimately involved with Ernie as so many of you were. But becoming a legislator 6 years ago, you could see the passion and the dedication that Ernie exhibited every single day for everyone in the village of Freeport, but for particularly our youth. And what an amazing legacy to leave, isn't it? It's not just the wonderful family that Ernie has left behind, but it's all the lives that he has touched, as Minority Leader Abrahams so eloquently stated, all the thousands of lives that he has touched. And that's a legacy that's going to pay dividends for all of us in the years to come. And so the best thing that we can do is to honor the legacy that he has left by honoring the man. And I am thrilled to have had the opportunity to, in some small way, be a part of the dedication today. And I can tell you, and my colleagues certainly will back me up on this, there aren't a lot of things that both sides on the county legislature agree on, but this was one of them. That we need to pay tribute to a truly exceptional man who literally gave his life for the village of Freeport and for the residents of Nassau County. God bless Ernie, God bless his family, and God bless the village of Freeport, who will be reaping the benefits of Ernie's legacy for years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. And now a man who needs no introduction, our mayor, Robert Kennedy.
Good morning, everyone. I'm honored to be here. First, I want to thank our county exec and our legislators for moving this forward and renaming the street. It was a great idea, and I'm fully supportive of that, in addition to all 43,000 residents in the village of Freeport. Ernie Kight will be missed by his students, his teachers, and all of the village of Freeport residents. Mr. Kight enjoyed 32 years of dedicated service to the Freeport schools as teacher, principal, and president of the school board. I'm proud to join our elected officials and all of our residents here in the renaming of this street in his honor. Thank you very much, and God bless Ernie and his family.
And now I'd like to ask our superintendent to come up and say a few words, Dr. Kishore Kunsham.
Good morning. Let me first take this opportunity to recognize and honor Ernie Kight's family here, his father, brother, sisters, and extended family. Please join me in applauding them. Thank you. We know why we are here, but today is the dedication of naming a street in honor of our beloved leader, educator, Freeporter, Ernest Kight, and doing this right across Freeport High School, where he spent most of his entire life. How befitting. We are here to certainly remember Ernie again and again as a great Freeporter. He'll always be remembered as someone who was committed to Freeport students, Freeport families, and the entire Freeport community. His untiring service to Freeport Public Schools as both an educator and Board of Education member and as the president has had a lifelong impact on all of us and most certainly contributes to his legacy. And I have had the opportunity to work with Ernie for the last 27 years, and most certainly in the closest fashion in the past few years as the board president, and particularly the leadership that was needed since last February, March, with the advent of the pandemic. So thanks to Ernie for his extraordinary support. I want to say again things that have been already said before and this morning. Ernie, in his role as a coach of the Freeport girls basketball, his combination of discipline and integrity turned Freeport Lady Devils into a basketball powerhouse, bringing pride to the school district and to this great community. And his value as a mentor to hundreds of young girls far surpassed anything that happened on the court. Mr. Kight truly cared about people, gave everything to his students. He made them better. He made a positive impact on generations of students and their families, along with all those who had the pleasure of working with him through our years in our schools and Board of Education. Certainly, Ernie was an inspiration to all of us, and he'll be missed by all those loved and lives he touched. But certainly today, with this dedication, we're going to remember him every single day. So thanks to Legislator Mulay, Minority Leader Diane Abrahams, County Executive Laura Curran, Legislator Rhodes for this amazing dedication to honor Ernie Kight. Thank you.
And now it is my great honor to bring up Dr. Diane Caruso, Mr. Kight's beloved wife.
I would like to thank all the people in the village of Freeport, the town of Hempstead, Nassau County, who made this honor possible. And a special thank you to Mrs. Deborah Mulay for all her efforts in the coordination of this event, and to Jimmy Jones for his help and guidance. Ernie would be so proud and humbled and honored having this particular street named for him, as he spent many happy years up and down Ernest Kight Jr. Way. It is an everlasting tribute to all his work and love of the Freeport community, and it ensures that his legacy will not be forgotten. Again, my deepest appreciation and thanks.
All right, and now we're getting to the point, the reason why we're here. But before we do that, we would like to present to Dr. Caruso a copy of the resolution, a citation, and I believe we also have a copy of the sign. Is that correct? Where is that? Do we have that? We do. Okay. All right. So, yeah.
Right here?
Yeah, please. So on behalf of all of us, with great love and gratitude, we would like to present you with the following. Ernie, to please come join us at the sign. Is that possible? We're going to... Okay. We're hearing that they're going to block the street so that the family may safely go on to Brookside Avenue.
You know what, the school in the background? School in the background, yeah. Why do we do the school in the background? That's what we're doing. You're there, stay there. We're going to get everybody here. Oh, not like, coming on the sidewalk, no?
No, they're going to be on the street.
One.
Nice job, nice job.
Very good.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, that's really okay.
As I travel along this way, then I know that my living shall not be in vain. Oh, and he's making okay.
Show somebody that they're traveling wrong no more, then my living and art. If I can show love's beauty to a world that's distraught, if I can spread love's message as the Master has taught us, then I know my living, it will not be in vain.